Hello, everybody. Scott Golden here with the Golden Opportunities Coaching YouTube channel. Welcome to those of you who are new, and also this is the Pro Wrestling Logic YouTube channel, which is where you are. This is the NXT review for the 12th of September, or October rather, 2021. Weak show, honestly, but this new NXT 2.0 has been weak from the beginning, so don't know why anyone would think differently. North American champion Isaiah Swerve Scott arrives at the building with BFAB and Top Dollar. Scott is wearing headphones, so he's unaware that Legado del Fantasma jumps hip row. Escobar attacks Swerve, leaving him laying. BFAB and Top Dollar are kidnapped by Legado del Fantasma. Anyway, Joe Gacy sitting in a chair, cutting a promo from the ring, using a lot of buzzwords, safe space, and all of that. He said he's just kind of saying words about making things simpler, calling the fans snowflakes. He then dedicates the match to them before vowing to win. And then the announcers acted as if they had no idea either. Anyway, NXT champion Tommaso Trumpet defeats Joe Gacy in a non-title match. Ciampa pins Gacy clean in the middle. Match is decent enough, but they're not exactly on the same page. Ciampa is in control in the ring, but Gacy is able to cut him off several times. Ciampa's fired up, and this is after the show returns from commercial break. Strikes, Gacy gets a near fall, follows up by missing a moonsault. Ciampa then locks on and looks to end it all, but Gacy continues to counter for a roll up for 2 count. Ciampa then cuts off Gacy, and Ciampa delivers a fairy tale ending. Ciampa then covers Gacy for a clean pinfall. So they've pushed a guy for about 4 weeks, and now he's done a job to the champion. Brilliant booking. Anyway, Ciampa attacked by Holland, who is sitting at ringside during the match. Gacy is grabbed by the throat, but then he stroked Holland's face, and then Gacy, is moving. Toxic Attraction comes out. Toxic Attraction enters the scene for an in-ring promo. Mandy Rose challenges Women's Champion Raquel Gonzalez to a title match with Halloween Havoc. Hate that they're using the Halloween Havoc name for this utter trash. Rose calls herself the baddest chick in the game, and then GD Dolan and JC Jane vowed to win the Women's Tag Team Championship. Theme music hit for the next match, and we keep moving. Zion Quinn defeats Malik Blade. Quinn pins Blade in a short match. Nothing really exciting here. Quinn is basically in a squash match all the way, but Blade gets shine before the finish. Blade then delivers a missile dropkick and gets a near fall after roll up. Quinn then used the flying forearm for a finisher. Ciampa's doing a backstage interview, and then he confronts Grizzle's young veterans, and they looked to bully Ciampa, but Ron Breaker walked in to have Ciampa's back. Breaker then said he stands by Ciampa's side until Halloween Havoc because he wants Ciampa at his best in their title match. This is just so predictable. Ivy Nile with Diamond Mine defeats Valentina Frez. Nile submits Frez in her debut on NXT. Not a great match, but Nile looks impressive enough. She does a lot of power moves and shows off the strength throughout. Nile wins with a torture rack, and Nile squats with her on her shoulders, and Frez taps out. Malcolm Bevins cuts a promo after the match. Diamond Mine is flanked by Nile. Bevins calls her a pit bull on the loose. Bevins also says put over the Creed brothers, claiming they are the most dominant tag team in the promotion. Bivens then gives a grand intro into the Cruiserweight champion Roderick Strong. Diamond Mine is interrupted by Ikemen Hero, who is an interesting character to say the very least, but heels cleared the ring, except for Julius Creed. He gets in Hero's face, cuts a promo on him, and basically Hero knees him in the face, and then cuts commercial break with a teaser match between the two. They come back and they're already wrestling. Creed pins Hero after a sliding lariat. Creed is manhandling him as the match is joined in progress. Hero makes a comeback and then uses suit jacket, fires up on Creed. No place like home moonsault by Hero for near fall. Hero then follows up with an Asai moonsault. However, Creed catches him with a springboard. Creed then nails Hero with a sliding lariat, and Creed covers him with a pinfall. Diamond Mine attack Hero afterwards, and there's a post-match beatdown. Kushida runs down and makes a save. Kushida is also beat up pretty heavily. A vignette highlighting Raquel Gonzalez and cuts a promo on Mandy Rose. Gonzalez up the stakes, challenging Rose to a spin the wheel, make the deal match, which is a horrible misuse of a cool gimmick. Lashing out with Lash Legend featured talk about the WWE draft that no one cares about. There is a Squid Game joke in the middle there. Legend puts over Hit Row. Legend also wants nothing to do with Tony D'Angelo. Kylo, Reilly, and Von Wagner defeat Ridge Holland and Pete Dunn. Wagner pins Holland in a match that showcases basically just made for Wagner. He was made to look like a pretty intense guy. Focus on Wagner for the majority of the match. Holland a close second. O'Reilly and Dunn are basically there as tag-alongs. Wagner cleans house before the show cuts to commercial break. Holland is working over O'Reilly when the show is back from the break. Rings cut in half. Heels keep O'Reilly from making a tag. O'Reilly is finally able to make it to his corner, but Wagner is not there because Wagner is knocked off the apron. O'Reilly makes a quick comeback but gets mowed down by Holland. Wagner then makes a save, tagged Wagner, and Wagner is House of Fire on Holland. Wagner yells for O'Reilly to finish him. O'Reilly comes off the apron with a flying knee on Dunn. Wagner hits a modified butterfly suplex on Holland, and Wagner covers him for the 3. Second kidnapping of the show. Tony D'Angelo puts the producer in the trunk of his car, and this is just horrible. Duke Hudson defeats Grayson Waller. Hudson upset Waller with a handful of tights. Match is fine, but Waller is made to look like he's a pretty big superstar here. And they do an inset promo talking about being a boxer. On the other hand, Hudson gets no entrance. He's introduced like he's a third-string enhancement talent from 1994 on a B-level show for a national company. Waller delivers a stunner leading to the finish, tries to follow up with a springboard, but Hudson trips him. Hudson then covers Waller and hooks the leg and held it tight to get the win. Vignette for Imperium. Spin the wheel, make the deals made official stipulation for the women's title match at Halloween Havoc. Indy Hartwell and Piercia Plata defeats Savray and Armani Miller. This is not good by any stretch of the imagination. So much for Savray getting any sort of push. This is a basic squash match. Miller gets up in a fireman's carry. Miller is taken out with a facebuster, and Hartwell then springboards into the ring with a flying elbow drop, and then Hartwell covers Miller for the pinfall. Ferretta, after the match, calls the NXT Women's Tag Team Champions. Out comes the champion Io Shirai and Zoe Stark. Shirai then rants in Japanese and doesn't like anyone. And then Toxic Attraction interrupts. Gigi Dolan and JC Jane brawl with the champions, and then it's just complete chaos for the sake of chaos. Grayson Waller's backstage being a player. Cameron Grimes talks to him, and Waller gives Walter advice on dating women. Waller then introduces Grimes to online dating apps. Remember when Grimes was a big star in NXT? Look how far he's fallen. NXT North American Champion Swerve Scott defeats Santos Escobar to retain the title, but this is not the end. Anyway, recap of earlier where Legado del Fantasma jumps them out. Scott works over Escobar, and Scott looks in complete control. Escobar eventually counters, and Escobar flies through the ropes with a tope before the show cuts to a commercial. Tide is turned when we come back. Escobar is working over his opponent on the comeback, and they do a roll through. Escobar then hits another counter, and frog splash by Escobar for a near fall. And ultimately, they fight on the apron, and Escobar gives Death Valley Driver on the ring apron. Scott then follows up with a 450 splash, but Escobar gets his knee up to block the 450. Mendoza and Wilde run in. They jump on the apron, cause a distraction. Carmelo Hayes and Trick Williams run down and pull Legado del Fantasma onto the apron. Hayes and Williams beat up Mendoza and Wilde. Mendoza and Escobar hits an exposed turnbuckle, and Scott delivers a JML driver. Scott then pins Escobar to retain. Hayes, after the match, has lifted the hand of Scott, but then it's trapped. Hayes levels Scott with the short arm clothesline. Hayes cashes in the breakout contract. Carmelo Hayes defeats Isaiah Swerve Scott for the title. Hayes springboards into a flying clothesline. Scott kicks out at 2.5. Hayes then floors Scott with a scissors kick, and Hayes climbs the turnbuckle. Hayes then leaps off the top with a guillotine leg drop and covers for the pinfall win and the title. So he's been in the company for, 2-3 months, at least on television, if that, and he's already the second most important champion in the brand. Stupid, pointless, and unnecessary. We'll be back with more right after this.